Today is 9/11. We remember, sadly, a time that changed our country and our world in a dramatic way, as a time of great turmoil and a time that was very unsettling. But of course, over the years, we've adapted. There are many things that we do differently because of that. Just consider going to the airport, Consider what we used to be able to go to the gate and greet your family as they get off the plane, Nope, not anymore. So a lot of things have changed, but we've also survived and become stronger and wiser and a little more diligent, all those things. You have to remember that. I believe that is, the great ingenuity that God gives humanity to seek new ways and by the grace of God be guided in that. Yeah, there's some things that are losses, obviously, through all of that, but there are also things that have become gains. So you see all that, but also I think it's important to remember that we've survived. God guided us through that. Well, now we face another time that's very unsettling with a lot going on in our world and very immediately, and things that can dramatically change your life. Not just overnight, but within hours. You may find out, somebody will find out they're being evacuated and their home and everything is at risk and may be gone. And that's happened to many of our fellow citizens in this state and other states. So I'm sending just a message of hope out to the parishioners, and I thought I would just read it as the main part of this homily. Just a message to all our parishioners, parish households, school households. Just to remember that God is with us. And so it's, again, parish households and school households. These are unsettling times, to say the very least. It seems that one catastrophe leads to another on a global, national, statewide, and urban level. Now, these statewide fires are touching all of our lives as well. While at the same time, families continue to face the normal personal struggles of illness, addiction, heartache, loss of loved ones. Can this year get any worse? Many have asked that, right? One of the moments in the gospel that comes to mind is the calming of the storm in the Gospel of St. Matthew. As the storm on the Sea of Galilee was raging, the disciples were terrified that they would drown. They couldn't believe that Jesus was sleeping through it all on a cushion in the boat. What I find consoling is that Jesus sleeps not because he doesn't care, but because he is not afraid. He is at peace. When they wake him, he doesn't start by calming the storm. But first, while the storm is still raging, he addresses their fears and their faith. This is not to chastise them, but to remind them of his fundamental message. Do not be afraid. Have faith. Then he calms the storm. But notice that he says to them to have faith during the storm, while it is still raging. Storms happen, fires happen, political turmoil happens, pandemics happen. Usually they don't happen all at once, but apparently sometimes they do. But the truth remains, God is still with us. He will give us what we need. He will help us to look to each other, to help each other, to depend upon each other. God gave us each other, and he gave us our faith, and always says, do not be afraid. So here's a favorite prayer of mine that you may find helpful, and I conclude with this. Be at peace. This prayer, by the way, is by St. Francis de Sales, a 17th century bishop. Be at peace. Do not look forward in fear to the changes in life. Rather, look to them with full hope that as they arise, God, whose very own you are, will lead you safely through all things. And when you cannot stand it, God will carry you in his arms. Do not fear what may happen tomorrow, The same loving Father who cares for you today will care for you tomorrow and every day. Either he will shield you from suffering, or he will give you unfailing strength to bear it. Be at peace then, and put aside all anxious thoughts and imaginings. Amen.